Welcome to another episode of the Piano Ninja Tricks podcast. It is Technique Thursday, and I am going to be talking about how to leap quickly between notes and chords. But before I get to that, I want to invite you to a very special event I'm having this Sunday online. It is a Piano Ninja Fingering Masterclass. If you are a pianist who struggles with, first of all, writing down fingering because you're not sure what to write down, you're not sure of their actually rules. I call them my Piano Ninja fingering tricks to help you decide what fingering to write down and what to play, and also what to write in your score and what not to write in your score as well. I've seen scores where there's just so much fingering and that is actually hindering you, and sometimes often pianists use that as a crutch. So there is a Piano Ninja Fingering Masterclass this Sunday, October 29th. There's a free version, or join as a VIP and get your fingering questions personally answered by me. And I can't wait to see you there at noon. I'm in California, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, 9 p.m. in Central European time. LisaSpector.com/fingering masterclass is where you go to register, and then you'll be given a link of where the replay will live for a limited time on the free plan or forever on the VIP plan. However, I will tell you, I give out really cool bonuses and rewards when you show up live, including 3 months free in the Piano Ninja Tricksters Club. So make sure, mark it in your calendar and show up live if you at all can. I look forward to seeing you there and helping make fingering easier for you. So on to today's episode. Last time I talked about cyclical rhythm because rhythm is so important that it always comes first. Fingering maybe second in line, and another very principal core piano ninja trick that I call quick reflex motion. It's a term I made up, and again, like cyclical rhythm, you won't hear it anyplace else because that's my term, but you will see professional pianists doing this all the time. We've got 10 fingers, 88 keys. That means a lot of leaping we're going to be doing. When I played music for left hand only, which I still sometimes do, and I'm going to do a demo of today, we've got 5 fingers and 88 keys. So if you're listening on the podcast, you just heard my dog Gina, my 14-year-old young lab, scratching and shaking. If you're watching on YouTube, you saw her just move out of her dog bed. She's eager to get to the music, so I will get to the music for you. So leaping, I'm going to demonstrate first when it's easier to see, and then I'm going to get a little more complicated as we go. But it's a very simple complex. It's not about speed, it's not about tempo, but it is about movement and speed of which you are moving. And you can do that in a slow tempo or a fast tempo. And I will demonstrate both. So in my opening, I play the end of the Revolutionary Etude of Chopin, and I'm going to just demonstrate the opening right-hand chords with quick reflex motion. And I am going to do a slow tempo but a quick move. I'm not a scientist, and I don't know if this is still true. When I was growing up, we learned in math or in some subject that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And so I use that all the time in piano. So when you're jumping, the last thing you want to do is this with a lot of wasted movement. You want to move directly as quickly as you can. So when you're playing this chord, I'm going to go from the G and I'm going to go very quickly to the F. and then really quickly. If you're only listening on the podcast and not watching on YouTube, you can't see, but my hand is moving very, very quickly in a straight line. But it's not like a fast tempo like that. My tempo bump 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 is slow. Bump 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 bump, so that I can move very quickly. So what you're hearing on the podcast without watching is from the G up an octave here is my hand is moving really quickly, even though I'm not playing it really. Even though you don't hear it right away, I'm getting there. Now, if I were to get there and I were to, let's say I'm going to pretend I'm going to overjump, so I'm going to go too far, that's okay. That means it's good information. I'm learning I need to move a shorter distance. Or if I did the opposite and I didn't jump far enough, then that means I've just informed my body that I need to go a further distance. And the reason why it's so important in your body is because this is where you're storing this information. It can be so accurate in your body that it's like taking out a ruler. Because when I practice in quick reflex motion, I don't have to keep practicing. I have to do it a few times and then it gets stored in my body, and you could call it your motor memory. And then you just have it and it really gets as accurate as pulling out a ruler. So when I'm playing that, I'm moving very, very quickly. And I am going to demonstrate also with probably the most challenging piece I've ever played. Well, it's maybe I could stop the sentence there, but what I was going to say is one of the most challenging pieces I've ever played with leaps. So this is a treacherously difficult piece for left hand only, the Godofsky Metamorphosis. And it has, you talk about two hands jumping, one hand jumps further often because you've got more territory to cover. So I purposely have about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, in 2017, when I broke my hand and my right hand was in a cast, and having 4 surgeries over several years, for a couple of years, I was only playing music for left hand only. I really haven't touched this in years. And I did this on purpose, and I'm pulling this out to show you. I bet anything I'm going to remember this. My body remembers this because this is the only way I practice this with quick reflex. So if you're only hearing this in the podcast and not watching it, I really encourage you go to Lisa Spector on YouTube and just see a little bit of this. Will really, really help, because every time every single note and every single chord is a jump, and I'm moving quickly even though the tempo is slowly. So I'm going to do it one more time, slightly faster, but I'm going to still move just as quickly. So I'm going to go again a little bit faster. So if you're watching, I'm like, it's just, you're even listening. I didn't practice this, and it's just going because when I learned this, that's how I practice it. And it really, really helps. Now I'm going to take a slower piece. I'm going to take the famous Je n'ai pas dit #1 by Satie. And even though it's slow, it has big jumps. So I am going to jump fast, but I am going to play slow. So when I'm jumping, the reason why I've got plenty of time. It's a slow tempo. And you might say, Lisa, you got plenty of time to get there. Yes, but this is for a future episode. The sooner you get there, the more control you have over the soft chord you're about to play. So when I do this, if you watch, I'm really moving very quickly so that I have plenty of time to get there. It's not really about accuracy because it's a slow tempo, so you have plenty of time to find the right notes. It's more about getting there and having control, and that happens all the time. So I am constantly using quick reflex motion, and there's no piece that doesn't have, unless you're not moving at all and found a piece where you're just not jumping and your hand is just in one position. I can't think of anything that's intermediate to advanced. You're always moving. You get 5 to 10 fingers and 88 keys. So you're always moving. So I hope that mini lesson on quick reflex motion, my Piano Ninja Tricksters call it QRM because I use it so much. I hope that's been helpful, and I'd love to hear what music you can apply that to. It's really quite fun. You can even more fun by practicing the moves and closing your eyes and jumping. So that sati, I'm looking at the camera right now, so my eyes are closed. I know what that distance is because I've practiced it in quick reflex motion that I'm putting in my body. It's a measurement, and it becomes that scientific that it's really that secure. And when you have like a lot of chords, a lot of notes, like in that Godowski, it really helps to have that really securely planted in your body. So I hope that helps you, and I look forward to hearing what piece you have applied this to. And send me a DM on Instagram, Lisa Spector Piano, and let me know. And let me know if you have any questions about it as well. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you at the Fingering Masterclass Sunday, October 29th, or in the replay, but come live. Love to meet you. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Lisa Spector, your piano ninja, and it's back to the piano for me now.